The Marikana tragedy marks its 10th anniversary, with political parties lamenting that those affected by the tragedy are yet to see resolutions a decade later.
Well, it is very disappointing that almost 10 years later, the Marikana matter has not been properly resolved by the government. The victims have not been compensated, as you all know. The deceased families have not been compensated. Even the one who is very much implicated in this matter, the current president of the country, has not even visited the victims and the deceased families.
The mine workers' strike thrust public policing into the spotlight. The Marikana Commission's final report recommended that a panel of international and local policing experts be established to look at the policing problems highlighted by Marikana. Good Party is of the view that many lessons emanated from the tragedy.
There are many lessons that the Marikana Massacre 10 years ago taught about appropriate and inappropriate police strategies and tactics. But the main issue and the main lessons about uneven power relations, economic inequality, and the equal dignity of all have been insufficiently addressed. The injustices of the past, left unattended today, will reverberate and challenge our sustainability if we fail to address them.
Meanwhile, the EFF in its reflection says the incident has left a permanent scar on South Africans.
The Marikana Massacre has permanently scarred South Africa, and those who are on the receiving end of this blatant disregard for human life have not seen justice, while their widows and children are still calling for apologies and compensation after 10 years. The EFF calls for compensation for the widows and children of the Marikana mine workers.
Speaking at the commemoration event in the Northwest, the UDM's Bantu Holomisa says it's difficult not to be outraged at how easy it is to get away with this type of crime.
One cannot help but be outraged. It is far too easy to get away with this type of crime and injustice. There is just no moral compass left in the ANC. No care for the lives lost here in 2012 and this affected community. Nor is there any care for the rest of South Africans who suffer in crime-ridden, jobless country with no water, electricity, and more potholes than road surface in their streets. Must we stomach another 27 years of this?
Those affected by the tragedy continue to seek justice and reparations. They include just over 50 miners who settled with the state in the North Gauteng High Court in damages claims. In addition, just over 300 miners intend to challenge Lonman and President Cyril Ramaphosa in his personal capacity for constitutional damages. Kani Mapanga, SABC News, Johannesburg.